came here as a freshman. I was 17. I struggled academically the first semester, which was fall. Going into the spring season of my freshman year, when we actually started playing games, I lost focus again, and softball was really the only thing that I wanted to do. Instead of going to class, I didn't go to class, and I ended up failing all 5 of my classes, which then made me ineligible. We did win a national championship that year. I'm thankful for that.
Jeananne was an interesting story recruiting her. She's from Fresno, and had some Division I coaches call me about her when, I don't remember the specifics, but academically she couldn't go Division I out of high school, and I think it was core classes if I remember right. And I had 2 different coaches that I admired. So hey, there's a kid out here that we were talking to, but doesn't look like it's going to work. And so you were successful in getting her to come in her freshman year. And college at that time in her life, just the academic part of it wasn't a priority. So she stays for 1 year and then goes back home.
After I left OCU in '96, I tried to go back to school, spent a semester trying to take a couple of classes. The same thing happened, I couldn't focus, and so what I did is I basically worked. My first job was a delivery person, delivering pizzas, realizing that it's not something that I wanted to continue doing. I got into sales. I sold cars, I worked in in-home sales. I basically got fat and lazy. Although I was working, I didn't want to have anything to do with softball because I was so disappointed in all the opportunities that I had and that I'd blown them. I just kind of fed that void with working. I kind of grew old of that and decided that I wanted to go back to school and change careers. So I enrolled in Cuesta. At first I was really excited, and then realized some of the issues that I had when I was a freshman still didn't go away, meaning it was hard for me to focus in class. Only this time I was older, so I was able to kind of understand. I think actually working the previous 18 years gave me more structure. So when I did have a hard time in class, I was able to sit it out and learn. I had a little bit of help learning test-taking techniques and things like that. As far as the school itself and the academic administration, they were wonderful. Basically everything I learned there has helped me succeed now. As far as softball goes, that itself was rough in the beginning too, just because I hadn't played in so long, and learning to be patient in the box, pitching. But as far as playing, and I played 1 season there, it was great.
3 years ago, my assistant coach found out that she was playing ball again, and they had played together. So she said, was this somebody that we'd be interested in recruiting, and didn't know if it's possible for somebody to get some of their tools back at the age of 36 or whatever she was at the time. But we just thought it was a great opportunity to maybe help her. What we're all trying to do in college softball is help her get a degree, and then maybe along the way she can help us win some ball games.
I was offered a softball scholarship to come back. The moment that it happened, I will never forget. I was sitting in the library studying, and although I was studying, I did look over at my phone and I saw that I had a text message, and it was from Bobby Bridges. She sent me a text message that said, "How would you feel, or would you consider coming back to OCU?" I looked at the text again, I looked at it again, I'm like, is this serious? Like, really? I was overjoyed is the best way to explain it. The fact that I stand here at 38 years old and I'm able to go out with my teammates and play a game that I love and also earn my education is a real blessing. I don't think words can describe like how thankful I am. But I'm not just thankful for Coach McSpadden, I'm thankful for Bobby Bridges. We were teammates, and now she's my coach. And I think it's interesting because I kind of reflected on who she was as when I was a freshman. She was probably the hardest worker on our team, and today as an assistant coach, she puts in that same work ethic with all of us. So both her and Coach have taught me valuable lessons that I'm grateful for. Through Bobby, I've learned, I give hitting and pitching lessons. I also coach with her. So I've learned so much from the coaching aspect, just like from Coach McSpadden I've learned from the coaching aspect. So I'm really thankful because I can use those tools as I move on to coach kids myself. I want to do mental coaching. I'm working on an internship right now with mental coaching, so I want to work with athletes, more so that are having maybe a hard time at home or in school, but they also compete in sports. And I want to try to teach them to use sports to cope with outside problems and then apply that on the field. Also work with anybody in the community that needs help or needs to be better understood on like mental aspects.
JR is going to graduate this May, and we hope it was a good decision on both parts.